This is basically my understanding of the foundation principles behind Jordan Peterson's thought. And he starts with the fact that people need ordering principles. And from those ordering principles, people require rules, standards, and values. So it circles around the whole idea of order, which is a big issue with Jordan Peterson. And he does recognize that the world is chaotic, or he talks about the fact that the world would be chaotic. But he says that what we need to do is we need to actually organize in our minds, put a framework together where we get how the world is and then what the world ought to be. And we put them together in a way where we create a common set of order. All right, and this is our order. This is the order that we will use to then kind of put together what will be the values and the core values that we want to function under as we move through time. Also, from that core values, you then get that set of rules and standards that he's talking about. So you have a book of rules and standards, and they then tell you how your institution should function. Your institution should sit over top of that whole set of order. So the order is the primary item. Right. So let's look at Peterson's order. One of the challenges that I have with Peterson's order is that he kind of takes a look at an awful lot of the different religious concepts of what the order should be and values should be. And he zeroes in on the Holy Bible. He totally disregards secularism. He says that secularism cannot deliver. I don't know why he just says that. But it has a feel of the Grand Inquisitor to me. It feels like it's a single religious solution that we're all supposed to follow, and based upon one person's view. The next thing he says that I think is a little bit off is he talks about order, and he says that you have to consider the fact that we often think that order is only one way, but you could take just those 15 blocks that he has. You can actually organize them many different ways. So the order is not even consistent. Order can actually be many ways from even the same 15 blocks. But with him, from the ones that he draws a sense of superiority with this hierarchy, where you have God at the top, sapiens and animals, and it carries a meanness to it in my mind. It leads us to where we end up with the bosses, the owners, and the whole idea of the alpha male. And that's kind of where he's going for. His sense of order delivers, in essence, in my mind, the alpha male. And I don't know how it mirrors anything near the society. The other thing he says that order is male. And he compares order and chaos, or contrasts order and chaos often in his book. Matter of fact, the title of his book is The 12 Rules for Life, is an antidote to chaos. So what he's saying is that order, his sense of order, or the order that he's given, the rules that he's given, are an antidote to chaos. But actually, the problem is that chaos equals reality. The world itself is chaotic. Our culture is chaotic. The universe that we live in is very chaotic. And we're finding that the problems that we face in today's world are, because of scale and stuff like that, are also complex and chaotic. So it doesn't fit to have one particular a solution. The other thing he talks about is that when he does this contrast between male and female and order and chaos, he says that he can draw his rules from that contrast. But if you actually say that the world really has a lot more dimensions to it, you can't just subtract or erase out a certain part of the way the world functions and add an easy button that says, okay, now I can make everything work. All you have to do is just follow me. And I think that's the sense that I get from reading his book. Just follow my 12 rules and boy, everything will be perfect. And I really tend to believe that a more realistic a solution to this whole thing we get from Simone de Beauvoir, where she says, you're not going to find a simple solution like that works. Really, because you're talking about a very complex world. You're talking about the issues that we get with multiple emergence and stuff like that. And the world has multiple dimensions to it. all kinds of a spectrum. It's not black and white. You can't step in the same pool twice. I mean, there's multi-dependencies, and this whole idea of relational versus hierarchical, where the relational is much more realistic to the way the world is. So what Simone suggests is that the levers that we need to do is we'll be able to develop meaning by teaching the skills, knowledge, and attitude necessary to embrace ambiguity, not erase ambiguity. And that's where I think we should be looking. Thank you.